It was a typical Sunday, somewhere, AD, and I was once again on the verge toward epic greatness. But I had to collect all the pieces necessary to complete my task. I was once told that the first born son to break the womb was always the chosen one. I traveled back in time to witness the true events that would set up our future, a future of strange events, where you find out that everything ever known was a lie. A future where downside is up and upside is down. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, this is a warning. One time for your mind.
Because they end up resenting whatever it is that you push them towards. And they end up going further away from it. Something is really so when parents do stuff like that, like it bothers me because you're not really cheering them on. You cheering them towards what you think they should be. But if they didn't express that same love or passion for whatever it is, then don't force them to be you again. It already ain't worked for you. How do they gotta do it? Like, that's nuts. Like, I really wish Takira would have wanted to be a cheerleader. She didn't. I never once said, you gon' cheer, you gon'. Even though that was my thing, she ain't like it. She never said, Mom, I want to cheer. So I never made her try out to be a cheerleader or do any of that. Would it have been cool to have something to relate when we talk? Like, oh, I remember this time when I was in cheerleading. This happened to me, this happened to you. You feel like you got something else you can relate to your kid about. But she didn't like it, so. Cool, but I see a lot of moms who try to make their kids the most popular kid in school because either they were the most popular or they weren't, and they want their kid to be what they would have wanted to be when they were in school. Or you want your kid, it sounds so stupid, but I see parents who you want your kid to be the baddest bitch or whatever it is that you idolized when you were a kid that you couldn't be or you aspired to be. You try to instill that same thing into your kid and they don't like it. And the kid be miserable. Pose, girl. Stand like this. And the kid be like, that's my mom thing. It's not my thing. And you make them. That's living through your kid. That has nothing to do with that. You don't even care what their dreams are. If that's the thing, you just want them to be what you want it to be. Boy, in my day, I ran that ball. Get out there and run. That boy might not even like that. Perfect example. A friend of mine, her son, his dad is a cop. When he was in school, he was like the top basketball prospect, whatever. They son like drama. He like chorus. He like acting. He wants to dance. The father said, if you don't get out here and start playing some sports, we're going to disown you. And was serious. And don't do anything else for his kid. Only son. Because you want him to do what you did. He don't want to do any of those things. Your son want to sing and dance like Beyonce. You're mad. I know guys who want to be male cheerleaders. My cousin was a cheerleader. He had a full scholarship to be to be a male cheerleader. The girls need people to spot them, lift them, to do the gymnastics part. He was great at all of those things. And people was like clowning, like, nigga, you a cheerleader. Yeah, I had a full scholarship to do this. And he was great. He had like 12 years of gymnastics under his belt. So he was able to utilize that in a way that got him a free education. He got 2 degrees out of it. And now he owns his own gym. And he teaches people Pilates, weightlifting, weight training, and body sculpting. He learned a lot of that from being a cheerleader. But outside looking in, you think you gotta be gay. Or you think he does see you cheerleader. No, you gotta get rid of like that type of stigma of people. All male cheerleaders not gay. All male dancers are not gay. All football players ain't straight. But people don't naturally associate gay men with football. But all the people on the football team ain't straight. It's gay people everywhere. In every facet of life, everything. It's gay people and everything. The straight people and everything. So don't, you know what I mean? Like people just automatically assume certain role. Oh, you a male nurse. They make just as much money as the female nurse. What you mean? But past days, not now, but past days, you automatically assume, you know, that's a female role. Nurses, that's women. That's nuts. It's women doctors. It's, you know what I mean? Like, that's like saying you have no business being a doctor because you're a woman. That makes no sense. Or you have no business being a nurse because you're a man. What you couldn't make in school to be a doctor. Some men want to be nurses. Some men want to help people in that area. And I just think it's really shitty of society to look at people and judge your sexuality by the job you have. I know women mechanics. People automatically assume they're gay because they work on cars. They might just really like how cars are put together. No different than a man who likes how cars are put together and likes understanding how things work. But you just assume that's a rough job and women shouldn't be doing it. So if you see a woman that does it, you think, just butch. Not always true, but you know, as a society, we've always prejudged and we continue to prejudge. And in doing so, you limit people's possibilities. And it's really sad to me. I think I would never want to put anybody in a box for any purpose. Because I think anybody can do anything, capable of anything. Would never say what somebody couldn't do. Because I don't know. I don't know what you're capable of. The same with kids. I see a lot of parents who say stuff like, my child would never. I don't know what the hell my kids would do. I have no idea. And I would never ever be like, I know my kid would never. I don't know what in the hell they'll do. I know what I raised you to do. But when you're not near me, I don't know what you might do. I have no idea. I would really hope that you wouldn't be out here acting a fool, but can I say with certainty, I know for a fact you won't be out here acting a fool? No, I don't. I don't know. And I think any parent who says that is an idiot. Because you don't know either. You don't know what your kid could do. They could be out here bullying people. I know parents who be like, my child would never be a bully. Kids be the biggest jerks at the school. My child, you weren't raised to do that. You think the people that's sitting on death row, you think their parents feel like you was raised to be on death row? I raised you to go in a shopping mall and kill a bunch of people? None of them probably feel like that. But it happened. And you just deal with the aftermath of it. If you had to ask my mom, did she raise her daughters to be baby mom? My mom was a wife. She'll tell you no. She didn't raise her daughters to be baby mom. But all our girls end up being somebody's baby mom. But if you had to ask, is that how she raised you? No. No. So, some stuff you teach, you can instill in your kids, they still gonna make their own choices in life. So, I just think it's really shitty how parents is, I know for a fact you don't know for a fact shit, because human error supersedes a lot of what they were taught. You just naturally do what it is that you think is best for you, regardless of what, No parent wants to be disappointed in their kid, but disappointments happen. No parent wants to say, well, my child was on the news for robbing people. When you was little, I whooped your ass for stealing, and now you out here doing it for a living. People ain't are there people in the world who teach their kids to rob and steal and kill? Yes. But for the most part, you look at a lot of these kids that are getting in trouble and stuff, they come from decent homes. They want you to go to school and get a good education and do whatever it is you want to do, but they are tired as parents and over fucking worked and having to do a lot just to maintain. So they probably don't spend as much time with their kids as they probably want to. And as a result, you out here doing whatever because your parents don't see you. Do that make them bad parents? No. Because they're not around you, they might be at work. Now, you know what I mean? Like, so when people say, oh, well, the parents weren't around. When you say the parents was at work, do it still sound as bad? They still ain't there. But if they didn't go to work, then you would be saying your parents are lazy and poor example because they living off government. You lose either way. Either way you lose as a parent when it comes to stuff like that. So it's like, what do you do? How do you maintain? What do you do for your... Either you don't work, you be a stay-at-home parent, you still can't be with the kid 24 hours a day. Then what? Then when they go out here and make these mischievous decisions, which all kids get into some form of mischief, then what? Whose fault is it then? It's like society has standards that nobody can win at. Nobody can win. And you will lose your mind trying to keep up. You'll lose your mind. There's no way. There's no way for you to do it. If I had to pick a topic, I would pick beat to your own drum. Because you can't win dancing to somebody else's music. You can't. You cannot. And it's sad, but it's no way. You'll never win. You'll never win a race you was not designed to be in. You can't win. It ain't for you. Create your own. If I had to pick just a random topic, that would be that. Create your own. Because you'll lose your mind trying to keep up with something else. No matter what you do, it's going to be your fault. It's going to be a flaw. You're not going to be doing the right thing or whatever. It's going to be something.
Time where people just have to be informed. One time. that's the end of the song. Different dead, another dog, but always the same drum. Why I gotta take death for the family come together? Leave hating to the face, take time to love each other. We all out in this wicked world, ain't nothing new to me. I got a key, but I keep a gun for security. The government fabricated a lot of rob your community. I'm getting rate on my money cause Uncle Sam screwing me. You on top of things now, the gal didn't to you underground. You know what's going down, what goes around, comes back around. You was eating good, but it's time for you to suffer now. Lost all respect, found your heart in a lost found. I got it right in the song called When I Call Your House, You Don't Pick Up the Phone. I done mean to clean your clock, hope your shit find a dime. Me and Doug are very fly, hold your door slam locked. One time, one time, one time for your mind. One time, one time for your mind. One time.